We are traveling to the continent of Asia and the country of Russia in the city of Siberia, a school on the move. What if going to school meant leaving your family for months at a time, starting when you were 6 years old, and learning a completely new language? It might be tough being away from your family for so long, and it might be hard to hold on to the life and culture you left behind. That was the situation Evenk children faced for decades. The Evenks are one of Siberia's indigenous peoples. Their traditional lifestyle is based on raising reindeer. They move their herds over a huge territory of more than 1,500 square kilometers, 580 square miles, from one grazing area to the next. Several families live in a camp and travel together. For centuries, Evenk children learned from their parents and elders everything they needed to know in order to continue their way of life as reindeer herders. But in the late 1960s, the Soviet government passed a law saying that all kids had to attend school and follow a standard set of courses. Because their families were nomadic, the Evenk children had to leave them behind and board at the state schools. That meant they were away from their families and communities for months at a time. Evenk children began losing touch with their traditional way of life, including their language. The school teaches 23 6 to 10-year-old children living in several different camps. Protecting a culture. In 1994, a young French woman named Alexandre Leverrier arrived on the scene as part of an expedition to photograph Siberia's indigenous peoples. She was impressed by the Evenk people's warmth and the fact that they had preserved their culture in spite of challenges. But she knew that the only way to really protect their culture was to create a school just for the Evenk children. It took several years, but Alexandra finally got permission from the Russian Education Ministry to begin her experimental school in 2006. Alexandra's dedication to the school earned her the Rolex Award for Enterprise in 2006. From camp to camp. Knowing how difficult it would be for the Evenk kids to go to one central school, Alexandra set up the school to go to the kids instead. Many of the teachers are of Evenk descent, and they travel by sledge from camp to camp, bringing the school with them. School is held inside a tent where there is a computer powered by a generator. The amount of time the teachers spend at each camp depends on the number of kids and their level of learning. The school's curriculum reflects the belief that the kids need to learn how to deal with the modern world in order to protect their rights. So besides the regular Russian curriculum, the students also learn English, French, and how to use the internet. Sharing the traditions. The Evenk kids also learn about their heritage. As they do, they are helping with a project to create handbooks about the Evenk language, culture, and traditions. Some of these books will also share the Evenk people's knowledge of local plants and animals and the environment. They will describe the Evenk's traditional way of life and explain how they manage their resources. The books will help other non-nomadic Evenks who are living in urban centers remain connected to their roots. Fact: nomadic peoples live in many countries throughout the world. Many are indigenous peoples who continue to live their traditional lifestyles. When the teachers pack up and leave for their next camp, the children stay behind with their families. They study and do homework to prepare for their teacher's return, and they also spend time learning traditional skills such as hunting, fishing, gathering berries, and caring for reindeer.